The zero rule is one of the fundamental principles in this kingdom. You should be able to apply this fundamental kingdom principle, the principle of the zero rule. The principle of this zero rule is real and is applicable in every areas of our life. In Job chapter 6 verse 18, Job chapter 6 verse 18 says, the paths of their way are turned aside, they go to nothing and perish. They go to nothing. That means the wicked go to nothing, the wicked go to zero and perish. In verse 21, it says, for now ye are nothing. Ye see my casting down and are afraid. Ye are nothing, ye are zero. The path of the wicked will always come to zero. So every man on earth must run away from wickedness, because the path of wickedness will always come to zero, and the path of the wicked will always turn to nothing. In Job chapter 8 verse 9, Job chapter 8 verse 9, it says, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. We know nothing. Our days upon the earth are a shadow. They are like shadow that disappears. They are like nothing. They are zero. Our days on earth will definitely come to zero. As you walk upon the earth day by day, you are closer to your grave day by day. Every man walk closer to his or her grave day by day. As you increase in age, definitely your years on earth will definitely come to zero. You must allow this mystery to permeate our inner man, and lay upon this mystery and meditate upon it and apply it in every areas of our life. You must apply this principle in your daily transactions, that everything on earth will definitely come to zero. Everything on earth will definitely come to zero. Everything on earth will definitely come to zero. In Psalm 17 verse 3, Psalm 17 verse 3, it says, thou hast proved my heart. Get this. It says, thou hast proved my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. I have determined in my heart that I will not transgress your law. I have determined in my heart that I will not commit sin. I have determined in my heart that I will walk on the path of righteousness. Thou hast tried me. You've tested me and find nothing. So we must walk in uprightness and righteousness, so that whenever God tests us and tried us, he shall find nothing in us. And whenever the devil tempts us, he shall find nothing in us. That God can test us and the devil can tempt us per time. And when they do, they shall find nothing in us, if we can only walk in the path of righteousness. In Proverbs chapter 13 verse 7, Proverbs chapter 13 verse 7, it says, there is that maketh himself rich, yet has nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet has great things on earth. There is that maketh himself poor, yet has great riches, great things on earth, great riches on earth. There is that maketh himself poor through vain deceit. There is that maketh himself rich through cunning ways, through cunning principle, by application of forceful principle, by the application of criminal principle. There is that maketh himself rich, yet has nothing. So if you make yourself rich by the application of false principle, by the application of criminal principles, you will definitely come back to nothing. Everything is nothing. To every action, there is an equal and an opposite reaction. The zero principle, the zero rule is applicable here. If you gain anything forcefully, you will definitely come back to zero. In Proverbs, please open to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 14. It says, it is not. Fear the buyer. But when he is gone his way, then he boasted. It is not. Fear the buyer. It is zero. So the buyer applied the zero principle by giving a bargain, by engaging a bargain that will favor him. You can engage this zero rule in your daily bargaining, in your daily transaction. It is not. Fear the buyer. But when he is gone his way, then he boasted. So you can bargain. You can engage the zero principle to bargain in all your daily transactions. You can apply this principle in a positive way to bargain in all your daily transactions, not in a negative way. You apply it in a positive way that will favor you. You bargain in all your daily transactions. In every society you find yourself, you go for bargain. You bargain. In every conflict of life, you bargain. In every transactions of life, you bargain. In every protest of life, you bargain. You engage the zero rule and it will work for you. If you can apply it, it will definitely work for you. In Isaiah chapter 40 verse 17, it says, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. All nations before him, before the Father, are as nothing. They are zero. They are counted to him less than zero and vanity. They are zero. All nations before him are zero. They are nothing to him. He created them and he can destroy them anytime. We are nothing before the Father, and that is why we have to approach the Father. We approach the Father with a meek spirit, by engaging the spirit of meekness, by engaging the spirit of humility, because we are zero before the Father. For you to be something in this world, for you to be something, you must carry the spirit of humility. You must be poor in the spirit. You must make yourself poor in the spirit by engaging the spirit of meekness, engaging the spirit of brokenness, by engaging the spirit of humility. You engage the power of the kingdom. You can only engage and attract the power of the kingdom by being humble before the Father. In Mark chapter 6, please open to Mark chapter 6 verse 8. Project it for me, please. Mark chapter 6 verse 8. Says, and commanded them that they should take nothing for their journey. Jesus commanded his disciples that they should take nothing for their journey, save a staff only, no script, no bread, no money in their purse. For you to serve the Father, you must apply the zero rule. For you to be effective and efficient in this kingdom, you must apply the zero rule. You must take nothing for your journey. Do not take anything that belongs to the world for your journey. Do not take anything that belongs to the world. You must abandon everything that belongs to the world. You abandon everything that belongs to the world. For you to serve the Father, the zero rule must be rightly applied. For you to serve the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. If you want to do exploit in this kingdom, apply the zero rule. Abandon everything that is in the world and begin to follow the Father. The Father will load you with kingdom inheritance. The Father will bless you with kingdom wealth. The Father will bless you with kingdom prosperity. The Father will bless you with kingdom gold, silver, and cattle. All you need is to apply the zero rule and abandon everything in the world. Apply the zero rule. Begin to apply it in all your daily transactions and you will get results. Because the zero rule is one of the fundamental principles in this kingdom. The zero rule is one of the fundamental principles in this kingdom. Begin to apply it now and you will get results.